Hello, everybody. I just found this article that's really disgusting, and this article has blown me away. And even though this article is from last year, I just found it now. So, the title of the article is As More Americans Fail Drug Tests, Employers Turn to Refugees. So, right off the bat, this is what you get. Due to these globalist actions of the elites and the people that run this country, they're bringing in refugees to basically take over our lives and our jobs. Like, if you smoke a joint one day, you will get replaced by a non-English speaking Syrian refugee. Inside a factory near this lakeside city, a man holding a blowtorch is putting the finishing touches on a plastic rain barrel that will soon make its way to a home and garden section somewhere in America. He is Talib Al-Zamel, a 45-year-old Syrian refugee who arrived here last summer with his wife and 5 children. He can't speak English, but neither can most of the 40 refugees who work at Sterling Technologies, a plastic molding company based near the shores of Lake Erie. They earn $8 to $14 an hour. So, another thing I want to say is that it is a safety hazard. It is a public safety hazard when you put someone that doesn't speak the language of that area in that area. Like, all employees should be able to understand English and speak English, because if something goes down, or if somebody needs help, or if there's an emergency, or if something happens, these people need to be able to communicate. But, since some Americans, do other drugs other than alcohol on the weekends, they lose their livelihood. Don't get me wrong. I do not support getting drugged up on the job. I do not support drugs on the job. But at the same time, if people are allowed to go home after work and drink alcohol, they should be able to go home after work and smoke cannabis. Okay? Nearly 6,000 refugees have settled in the last 5 years in Louisville, Kentucky, helping companies hire workers for jobs that have gone unfilled. Methamphetamine use is so high in Louisville that the number of people testing positive for meth in workplace drug tests is 47% higher than the national average. Okay, meth and methamphetamine is a problem. It's not a good thing. It's bad. But surely something else could be done other than, throwing these meth users in the gutter and just getting non-English speaking refugees to, move in to town and fucking take over their livelihood. This is disgusting. This is disgusting. Listen to this. One oil and trucking company in Colorado did random drug screening at one of their locations last year and found that 80% of their employees failed. This is likely because of marijuana. Colorado's Supreme Court has ruled that companies may fire employees who smoke pot, even if legally. How does that make sense? If you're able to drink alcohol and get hammered legally after work, or after you get off work, why can't you smoke cannabis? It makes no sense. Cannabis is a safer substance than alcohol is. Yet, if it's found to be in your system, pretty much your life is ruined. And it's just horrible. I don't understand how it's almost like a big scam. Like, how are you able to legalize marijuana? How are you able to do that but still fire people and ruin their lives for legally using marijuana? It makes no sense. It just makes no sense. Right? A really good source of labor. Of course, the immigrants are a great source of labor. Okay, so are the Mexicans, and so are the South Americans. They're also great labor, And like I said, that is a safety hazard. That is a safety hazard. Having a bunch of different people in an area that all speak different languages, that's not a safe place. Like, it is just amazing that these companies will, right? Like, this company replaced all 80% of those employees. This company fired 80% of its employees at a specific site, all because they were legally smoking cannabis. And it's like, I just can't believe they're able to get away with this and nobody causes an uproar. You know why nobody causes an uproar? Because American society is not organized or unified in any way. Nobody cares. Why does nobody care? Because most of the people in America that already do have, like, a good job and a life and children and all this shit, they're stupid and ignorant and they don't care. Like, they don't care. They don't care. They're like zombies. Like, as long as they're okay, they don't care about anything else. Our families don't care. They're too busy watching TV and going on vacation to countries that don't give a shit about them and doing all this bullshit. I just wanted to bring to light an issue that's really important that I haven't really seen anybody talk about at all. So, I've had this guy says, I've had no refugees fail a drug test. Of course, because he's a fucking refugee. Like, this shit is such a joke. Okay, places all over the country are having their communities and workforces and economies negatively impacted. Because they outsource all of our manufacturing. And any manufacturing that's still here, you have to get drug tested. You can be a drunken meathead and beat people as a drunk person. You could be a drunk and get drunk every day after work, but that's okay. That doesn't matter. Because America is ignorant. Because the society is ignorant. So you can have a job working in a steel mill or some sort of dangerous job, and after work get hammered and beat your wife, and nobody cares. It's fine. But if you're a good person who does nothing wrong, and if you happen to smoke cannabis, you're a loser. Jesus hates you. If you smoke weed, Jesus hates you. Okay? That's pretty much what they make it seem like. And eventually something has got to give here, okay? We deserve to be able to use cannabis the same way we use alcohol rightfully. And I don't know. Like, I wish there was more I could do about it, but there's only so much you could do alone. Thank you very much for watching and listening. Until next time, take care.